Howdy y'all, welcome to Travel Aboard. Today we are doing our top 10 games we champion. I'm Corey.
I'm Scott.
I'm Lucas.
What exactly did this mean to you guys? Because when I brought this up, I knew this was a bit of a weird list that we could do. What it meant to me specifically, as I'm very obviously in tune with the hobby, in tune with the other content creators, things like that, I picked 10 games that I don't hear anyone else talk about. I'm the only person who talks about these games, and then I kind of went and ordered my list a little bit in the way of how much do I like these games versus also how much am I the only one who brings it up. Like, it's kind of like a weird little mixture of those two things. That's what it meant to me when I said it. But when I tell you guys what top 10s we're doing, I kind of very purposefully leave it in the wind because I kind of want to see how you interpret it. Did you guys kind of think the same thing, or was there a little bit difference there?
Yeah, kind of the same mix you went with, where these are the games I don't hear you guys talking about, with some sprinkles on top of, we wish Scott would shut up about these games.
Same.
I think for the majority, most of what I play and or own are really eclectic. So
Yes.
For me, it was more of a, okay, which of these do I feel like they are indicative of things I would suggest for anyone to play, as well as games that I know that like are more connected to me than they may be to other people. So
Yeah.
you know, somewhat along the same vein.
Along the same lines. Something that we've talked about doing in the future, and we still might do, is we've talked about doing like a top 5 games that we think of the other person for. So like me and Scott would make a top 5 games we think about Lucas. These two would do one for me. I think this list and that list kind of marry a little, but at the same time, I think that out of my 10, the 5 you guys would pick for me, maybe 2 are actually on my list, because like we talked about it a little bit, and I think the games I'm thought of for are different than the games that I will like drive home to people.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I think those two like hold hands, but they're different. But we'll see. But we're gonna get into this one. Hit the like button if you guys enjoy it. Let us know what games you champion down below in the comments. Let's jump into it. All right, Lucas, number 10. Get us started.
Number 10. So, as we were looking at potentially putting games on the table, we've come to the realization that Corey has only one of mine.
Which doesn't make any sense when you think about how many of my games you've played.
This one you technically have, though, but you don't have it. So, number 10, and I'm going to stake my claim on this, it's going to be Parks, 2nd edition.
You're right, I don't have that one.
Nope.
Because first edition looks so much better.
First edition is significantly worse in every way except for one. It has end of game cards, which I wish there were more of in Parks 2nd edition. It is otherwise incredibly superior, and I'll stand on that. And in terms of the artwork, I like both. I do think that the first edition has some really nice artwork. I really like the 2nd edition too. It's got a much more travel brochure feel.
Yes, I can agree with that.
So the first one has like a much more like artistic vision, in my opinion. I really like the one for the Great Smoky Mountains, top notch. But 2nd edition, man, it's really nice. I also have a bunch of holographic cards, so 2nd edition is just definitively better, and I don't feel like that's a common belief. So there you go.
You want to know how common it is? I put polls up on my channel pretty often. When the new edition's artwork got released, I put a poll up on my channel of which one is better. It is by far the biggest trouncing of any poll I've ever put up that the first edition's art is better. I think one person may have voted for the 2nd edition, and it was probably you.
Probably not. No, I'll agree. First edition art is better. I think
Yes.
2nd edition art matches the game better. And I'll stand to say that the components, the gameplay, because the game is different. 2nd edition is better.
See, the first edition that I have, I got it like at Gen Con, and I already have like all the upgraded pieces in it. I went even further and upgraded those pieces even further from Etsy and MapleSource and places like that. This man hates it. I don't care. I almost kind of want to bring it out. Lauren got me for Christmas a little camera to go in the box as the first player marker, and it like makes sounds and stuff when you click it. I'm very happy and proud of it. And it's just the first player marker, but it's so fun.
That's cool. It could be the Shutterfly.
It's wonderful.
Badge in the
it's
second game.
So fantastic.
Parks 2nd edition. It's mine. Number 10.
So this is a games we champion list.
Yep.
Meaning there really probably shouldn't be any crossover. I'm thinking that's going to be a crossover. We'll see.
I don't think so.
Really? Okay.
It's not on mine.
Okay. All right. Now it's you.
My number 10 probably might be a crossover with Corey, and that's villainous.
Yeah.
It's a game that we love for pretty obvious reasons that we've stated many, many times.
And given crap about on the internet many, many times.
Yes.
People do not love that we love this game, but we do.
It's not a gamer's game, but it's a game that gamers can play with non-gamers. And I'm going to say gamers a couple more times. But it's a very fun, easy to pick up game where you can hand someone a booklet and they can teach themselves, which is invaluable when you're playing with new people.
It's by far my favorite thing about this game is the teaching, because like I teach so many games so often. I just go, here's the basics, here's how it works, read this book, leave me alone. I love it. It's fantastic.
It's very nice.
I'm like, yes. The reason most people give us crap about this game is because a lot of people call it very solitaire.
Yes.
Because it kind of is very solitaire. And it's almost like ironic that the teaching process is also very solitaire.
Yep.
It's like the entire we're not going to talk much this game. I'm not even going to teach you the game. This book will teach you the game. You have fun. I'll be over here doing my thing. Oh, that sounds a lot like how Corey likes to play games.
It's also a very solid 2-player game. Don't listen to Corey.
I'm going to agree to disagree on that one. It's a very okay 2-player game. It is a very fantastic 3-player game. And after that, you hate yourself.
True.
So,
Yes.
I will say, I understand this. This had to be on your list. The list we were talking about where we pick games for the other person, I think me and Lucas would put this so much higher on your list.
Nope.
I would. I would put this so much higher. Because we talk about this a ton. And also, if you guys are interested, me and Scott have talked a million times now, and we will be doing it soon. We're getting very near playing all the characters. We're going to be doing a top 5, bottom 5 best characters in Villainous video. We're excited for that one. We've been playing through every single character. We're almost done. We've got a few more to go. Honestly, we've just been distracted by playing some other games lately, or we'd already be done. But we're going to get back on it. We'll have that video out for you guys before too long.
There's just a lot of stinkers.
Yeah, there's not every character was a home run, so... Alright, my number 10. Speaking of games that people are going to get upset about, people don't like when people pick games that aren't just a board and like, you know, meeples and like just a game, when it's more of an activity. This one is more of an activity. And here's another thing that people don't like is when your activity is 4+ hours long. Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective is 4 to 5 hours of you all standing over the table, looking down at a map, measuring distances, talking about the way characters talk to each other, going to different locations, and psychoanalyzing dialogue between fake characters. And it's amazing. It's so much fun. I love that, like, that detective moment of we're all standing over the table going, yeah, but this guy said he was over here during that time, so like, there's no way he could have gone this distance in that amount of time. It's just not possible. But then it turns out, oh, he jumped in a cart or something, and oh, he actually can make it that far if he's like on a horse or whatever. Like, the fact that you are diving that deep into it, and you are basically writing out your answers to everything in this case as to who it could be, how it happened, and then at the end, just comparing it to the answer sheet. I love that, because most of the time, and this has happened every time I've ever played this game, you get to the end and like you have to answer all these questions, but you have to have it like written out ahead of time, all your answers, right? They're like, all right, question 2, how did Bob get to this place? And you look at each other and go, who's Bob?
Where's that at?
We never met a Bob. How did we get to this location? And to me, like, some people would find that like frustrating. It's one of the best moments for me, because you're like, we just spent 4 hours investigating and we don't even know who this person is. I'm nervous for the rest of the questions because we're not going to have the right answers. And to me, that's fun. A lot of people really hate on these games, and I get it. It's an activity, not so much a game, and it's super long, but I love every second of it. I love the interaction with people, and honestly, we talk about this all the time. I'm not a solo gamer. I'll never be a solo gamer. It is not fun to me. I'll play this by myself. I will hunt down the clues by myself if I have to. It's really enjoyable. And this one right here, specifically the Jack the Ripper one, is a campaign. It also scratches every itch I possibly have when it comes to theme. It's fantastic. It's by far the best one. There are 4 of these, I think. This is the only one I've played, but I know that I would thoroughly enjoy the other ones as well. This one just screams to me theme-wise, but Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective. I know you hate me for picking this, but that's why it's games I champion, not you.
That's an excellent choice. That's right up your alley.
Yeah, you played this with me, right?
Yes, I did.
It was
we had that situation. We got one of the questions. I don't even know what that is.
And then we just kept proceeding through the questions. We're like, it got worse as we went. We're just like, we played our own game. We didn't play the game it told us to. We never went to the theater. Apparently that's where the murder happened. All right, there we go.
All right, so number 9. This one will come as no surprise, I think, in terms of the actual game itself, but it'd be Winter Haven Woods.
Yeah.
I spent 4 years at Gen Con trying to get a copy of this game, and then I lost it. What, 2 months after I got it?
Yep.
So, but then I got it back. But Winter Haven Woods is an excellent card game. It is one with drafting, as we talked about in the last video. That can get messed up, as it was last time we played it. But it's a really fun game. It's very simple. I think it's one that you can teach to a lot of people. And it is a smaller game, but I love the art style. I really like the way the original Winter Haven Woods played. I also like the way this one, the updated edition, does as well. But it's an excellent game. The day I saw it as a demo, I fell in love with it, and I spent 4 years trying to get a copy of it, and I just kept missing it.
You literally passed by it at our first Gen Con ever. We're immediately enamored with it, and then we literally spent the next 4 to 5 years just you attempting to get this game. Going to their booth every single Gen Con and being like, hey, when's the game coming out? And we also learned a little bit about how publishing worked, in that sometimes everything goes wrong.
Yep.
Everything goes wrong. And a game you see in 2019, you're not even allowed really to own until 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As the most diehard person who's like, I don't care what it takes. I want this game. Here's my bank account numbers.
Oh, I literally, every time I saw them, I'd give them more contact information. I was like, here's another email. Let me know when it comes out. Because and the thing is, every time it would come out, I would just miss it. Like, they would just sell out before I could get a copy, or I had just missed the last copy, or whatever it was each year. Or then one year they didn't have a copy because, like you said, there was a publishing issue and it wasn't at Gen Con. It's a great game, though. It was well worth it.
This is also obviously very much a Lucas game because of the backstory behind it, and also once you got it, you loved it. And we all played it, and Scott loved it because it's drafting, and this man will play any drafting game you ever make. And I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And for me, it was so much the artwork. Like, I enjoy drafting, I enjoy the gameplay, but when your game is that pretty, I'll play it. I really don't care how it plays. I may not love it, but if it's that pretty, I'll play it.
Yeah, no, I thoroughly agree. It's the major piece of it that sells it to me.
Yeah, and I've been working on my top 100 for this year already. It'll be somewhere on there. It's a good game. It's a good game. Good pick. And it's definitely a you pick.
You need to give yourself some grace. He didn't lose it. He's not careless. It was taken from him.
That's fair. That's fair.
By Mother Nature.
Yep. All right. Well, my number 9 is a game that debatably there are better versions of, but it's the version I always come back to, and that's Blood Rage.
Yeah.
It's area control. It's drafting, probably more so, but it's fighting Vikings where you can win by losing the best. And that's a unique perspective in board games that a lot of people need to have experienced at least once.
Yeah. So this one is an interesting pick for We Champion, because like, just go back to like my qualifications, not yours, but mine is to like, you don't hear about the game. This is one of the most popular games of all time. But I'm not going to argue with you because this is such a Scott game.
Yep.
Like, this game screams Scott, from the drafting to the theme to the artwork. This game screams Scott, so I don't care how popular this game is. I agree. Like, Scott will go to the grave. He'll be buried with his copy of Blood Rage.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the game.
So I'm not going to argue with all of this. I don't care how popular the game is. No.
Done.
Yeah, I'm like, about this. There's no more to say about this. It's a Scott game. Like, there's no more to say about it. It's a Scott. The game was made for Scott. Thank you, Eric Lane.
Yes.
Good man.
Thank you.
My number 9. I think these guys are going to agree with this one. I like racing. I like pirates. I like games that haven't come out in the past decade. Jamaica! Jamaica is such a fantastic game that is getting lost to the ages. You're going to see a theme on my list. I don't like when games start to go away just because it starts to get some age on them when it's not a dated game. Like, this game is not outdated. Like, there's nothing about it that you would put on the table and go, yeah, this game just feels old. Like, it's still a great game. The art is great. The gameplay is great. Everything about this game is great. You will not have... It's impossible for you not to have a good time. Like, you cannot play this game and not talk crap. You cannot play this game and not, like, joke constantly. You cannot play this game and not, like, feel tension. Like, a good type of tension that you're like, alright, do I go for the loot? Do I finish the race? Or do I just attack you because cuz? The answer is always cuz. You just attack because it's the best part of the game. Like, the race is fun, the loot is fun. I just want to shoot you. And it's fantastic. So, Jamaica, I don't care how old this game gets. Space Cowboys was a great publisher. They are fantastic. Every game I've ever played by them was great. Jamaica's an awesome game. Like, I don't think either of you have played this either. And I have let you down, and I'm sorry. This will be on our makeup list. This one will probably come to the retreat, because I'm just thinking about the people that come to the retreat. This would fit our group very well, and it would be very fun. So I think this one will probably make our way to our gaming retreat this year, because I feel bad that I've not let anyone but Carson in our group play this. It's a fun game. Jamaica. I didn't think there'd be any argument there, because
Nope.
Yes.
like, I've heard one person in the industry talk about that game in the last 5 years, and even they bring it up very rarely.
The excitement you talk about when you bring that game up, I can't argue with it.
It's so fun. It's just pure excitement is the game. Like, you cannot play it and not just be having a good time. Like, the strategy behind it is there. Like, there is strategy to win the game, but most of the time you just end up going, all right, that guy's a couple spaces ahead. We're gonna make his life terrible? Cool. All right, your life sucks now. It's great. Number 9. All right, number 8.
Number 8. All right, so this one's going to be one out of complete left field that I will be more than happy to tell anyone to buy, and probably 5 people have played this game. Batman Shadow of the Bat.
That's a good game.
Is incredible in terms of replay, in terms of the minis alone are worth putting on a shelf.
The minis are gorgeous.
They're so
some of the
beautiful.
best minis I've seen.
And the Kickstarter expansion, I haven't got it yet. One day, it's on the list because they're beautiful. But I played a couple of rounds with it before. Ironically enough, it was also in the flood. But then we were once again, guys are the best. We got got it back. It's a great game. It's one that you can play with just a few people. It has a lot of different modes. You can play cooperatively. You can play competitively. You can even play like against one another, depending on how you want to go about it. It's really cool. So, Batman Shadow of the Bat, number 8.
Well, speaking of the minis, you actually have 2 copies of them now, because the minis are one of the few things that did survive.
They did.
So you actually have 2 copies of the minis now, so you can just display one set.
That's going to be the painted set.
Yeah.
It's on the list.
If I say, are you going to finally learn to do the painting, or are you going to pay this man?
I have. Oh well, no. I have a wonderful
fiance.
I have a wonderful fiance. I have fat hands that are not good at anything dexterous. So
I don't have the mental capacity to paint, nor the skill, so I refuse. I have learned to love that gray look, because it's all I'll ever own. So I've learned to appreciate the beauty in it. So that's where I stand. But you're pretty much, I would argue, known as the superhero guy in the group. Mm-hmm. I very much, superheroes is probably near the bottom of my theme list. I am not a superhero guy. I'd play that game. That game looks fantastic. And honestly, one of my least favorite superheroes is Batman. I would play that game. I would really like it.
Them
that's
fighting words.
I just can't. I don't know. I can't. I'm not a superhero guy at all. Like, my list of ones I would even say I like is pretty short. I'm just not a superhero guy at all.
Well, it's definitely worth a play, and I strongly suggest it. Even if you don't like the theme, it's like the mechanics are interesting and hard. It's not an easy game either, which sometimes like cooperative games can be. Mm-hmm. It's challenging.
Doubt it's a Spirit Island, but I believe it's challenging.
Well, we beat Spirit Island
on easy mode,
and slightly less easy mode.
Slightly less easy mode. But that's because my character was like, how many fear do we need to win? Oh, 100, whatever it was. I'm gonna do 75 in one turn. It got stupid at the end. It was so fun though.
It was fun.
All right.
Well, my number 8 is also going to be out of left field, but I have mentioned it on the channel before, but I doubt they remember.
Oh, God.
My number 8 is Werewords.
Oh, okay.
I view it as a direct replacement for Werewolf, and you guys won't shut up about Werewolf, and Werewords is just default better. It's more fun.
It has the word word in it. That's hard to sell.
I have played this game, and I'm going to respectfully say you big wrong. big time wrong.
It's fine. You're wrong, but it's fun.
It's not a bad game. I enjoy the game. If Werewolf, or one night, 1 week, all of it, if it had never existed, I would have been very happy with Werewords. But they do exist, and they're better.
Werewolf has more stuff, more interesting stuff happening.
I feel like my issue with it, and it's not a bad pick, it's just like I said, I just like Werewolf better. I feel like my issue that comes in with Werewolves every time is it's less memeable. I find base Werewolf fun because like we just meme and joke.
I feel like this
So
discussion...
you're saying it's not the game you like.
A little bit, yeah. It's more than, again, go back to Sherlock Consulting Detective. It's the activity behind it. I like the activity part of it, not so much the game aspect.
I feel like this discussion proves exactly why it's on Scott's list.
Yes.
This is games we champion, so.
Yep.
You've also learned that Corey doesn't like board games. He likes activity.
Give me a coloring book. I'll put it on the list.
Travel the activities. Update coming soon.
Okay. It's fine. I need to make sure there's not. Yeah, there's at least one of these falls in both camps, maybe two. It's fine. All right, my number 8. I am an advocate for this game pretty heavily, but the primary reason it made this list is I've actually had comments on my channel before from people going, yes, it's a good game, but I can't believe you like it that much. Because, like, no one talks about this game. This game came out and a week later was forgot by the entire industry. But it has never not gone well on our table. People have asked to play it a second time. It is very simple. It is fantastic. And it is by a company that you would never in a million years guess made this game. Somehow Simon, a company called Cool Mini or Not, made Foodies. Foodies is as basic as it comes. You are matching up stars on cards. You are making hot dogs, or you are making ramen, or you are making whatever cuisine. And honestly, it kind of doesn't matter. It's just pasted on theme where the primary point of the game is to match up stars. But it's just fun. It's super simple, and I've never had it go bad. But the primary reason it made this list was just because no one else likes this game outside of our group. Like, our group enjoys it. I'm the advocate for it, so that's why I made the list. And also the fact that I've literally had comments on my channel say, I can't believe you like it that much. Because I think it was in my top 30 for my top 100 this past year. It might have been a little higher, a little lower, but somewhere around 30. And I had people saying, like, yeah, it's good, but it's not that good. And I'm like, it's kind of that good.
It's good for our group. We have a really good group for the theming.
Yes, we do.
As well as I think the mechanics they're accessible.
Very.
It's a game. It's a gaming game that's accessible to people who don't play hardcore board games.
Yes. Well, it's also, for such a simple game, it has replayability because you don't use every country, every game. So, like, you shuffle some in and you leave some out, so it has replayability. Now, I'd sit here and say you can play it 100 times, but it has replayability. So, and for a game this simple that's rare, it's typically just, here's the game, have fun, play it 3 times and you're done. I don't feel that way about this. I played this game quite a bit, and I would play it again.
I agree.
So, Foodies. It's that good. I don't know why Simon made it, but it's that good.
All right, number 7 then.
7.
Yes. All right, this is a game that is incredibly small, and there's not that many people who played it. But I've played it with a couple different groups now. It's incredible every time you play it, and that's The Axe. So it's a biblical based board game based on the Book of Acts. It is a worker placement point. I don't even know how to explain the particular mechanics other than you're putting workers in places, but the things you're doing there's so many little mechanics behind it that make it interesting. I played it with someone who I didn't think would like it, and I loved it. And I asked to play it again, and that's Trinity. She loved it. And she's not one who likes crunchy board games, and this is a pretty crunchy board game. Loved it. Had a great time. And I think it's got some flaws to it in terms of like I think the replayability is not one you could play. This is one of those ones you can play it 5 or 6 times. If you have all the expansions, that helps a little bit, but I think that there's a lot of room for it to grow if that were to be something to be desired. But it's a great game, and no one's going to talk about it.
Well, it comes from a small publisher who really has a love for this game, so even if let's just say it doesn't perform fantastically in the sales, as long as they perform well enough to make it viable, this is a game that I could see that publisher continuing to give love to without having wingspan sales, just because they have such a passion for this game, because the publisher is fantastic, and I've actually had many conversations with him. He is a fantastic person. I'm excited. I'm hoping he's at Gen Con. I want to go talk to him, but this game for me, and this is, I'm not like trash talking, but like I would look at it and I would immediately go, no thanks. However, you have spoke so glowingly about it, and you have specifically said how much you think I would love it. It is near the top of my I want to play this game list because you have told me so many times how much I would enjoy it.
Yeah, and I'll say this: immediately looking at it, you're probably not going to be like the artwork is a little. It's not something that would. It's not something that appealed to me. Actually, the first time I saw it, I was like, that artwork is not for me. I don't want to get it. But I thought to myself, I want to try it. Let's see what happens. I had played a couple other little things from that publisher, and they were kind of fun, so I tried this, and I got the major expansion, the first major expansion with it, which if you're going to get the game, get the expansion. It was, that's awesome. I mean, it's just a blast. And like all the pieces are nice. Even the base pieces are nice, but if you get the upgraded components, it's even nicer. It's great.
Well, this list really lends itself to games like that, where it's like, it's most of the time games that you found and other people brushed off for any number of reasons, whether it be, playtime, theme, or it's coming from a small publisher so they didn't have the marketing behind it, or the artwork wasn't great, or whatever. Like, it tends to be the games that there's some reason the community brushed it aside, you played it and went, this is actually a really good game. So this one fits the list perfectly. And I want to be able to speak to it more. We'll get back to that after I finally play it.
We're getting there. I got another one that's probably going to be joining this on the list next time, so.
All right, well, my number 7 is probably a surprise to neither of you. They would have assumed Risk, but I picked its big cousin, Axis and Allies.
Yeah.
It's the one war game that's a traditional war game that I think I might have to force these two to play with me at some point if I can swing it.
My thing with that one is I am more than on board just because, I'll be honest, I don't think it's going to be for me. But it's such a classic that I kind of feel bad saying I've not played it. Like, it just fits into that column of, I am a big gamer, I want to have it on my resume that I've played it. Like, it just feels like I should.
I mean, you keep threatening to have us a game of Twilight Imperium, like...
We need to so badly.
Yes, we do.
So badly, but we need the right group, and we need everybody to set aside a day.
Correct.
Like, take a day off work, we're setting it aside. This is the TI4 day.
I agree. So, the only question is which comes first? Who has more passion? And I think Corey's going to win because he has the space for it. But, immediately after that, Axis and Allies, maybe?
I'm on board. I'm extremely on board. I feel like, though, you need to warm me up. I know this is, like, very, like, separate.
Watch Saving Private Ryan on loop. Like, what do you mean warm you up?
I was going to say, I've still not played this one either. We need to play Memoir 44 first. Kind of warm me up a little bit. Because, like, this game is so outside of my wheelhouse that I feel like I need an introductory.
Sure.
So, I think we need to play it first. Except we need to play the what's it called? The
Star Wars?
The Overlord edition. Where you buy two, put them together, and have a mega. I almost refuse to play Memoir if that's not my first way playing it. Like, I want to play it that way so badly. And yes, the Star Wars one that's coming out, that's going to be good.
What if they have Overlord for the Star Wars?
Oh, I'm surely to goodness. They'd be stupid if they don't.
Well, we each buy one.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I mean, I will be buying it. Like, my thing, too, is because, again, I'm just going to piss everybody off because I'm not a superhero person. I'm also not a huge Star Wars person. However, the Battle of Hoth is one of the most iconic things in movie history. So the fact that they chose that battle specifically, I'm all in. I'm buying it. I'm in. So they couldn't have done that one better. And the box art looks so good. And there's something about this year, they coming out with a Star Wars Memoir 44 and a Lord of the Rings Pandemic. I don't know why the IPs just decided to knock it out of the park this year, but they did. So I'm on board. I'm here for it.
Someone paid money.
Many much
money.
Well, yeah, Lord of the Rings really went all in this past year because you had Duel for Middle Earth and you had the Lord of the Rings trick-taking game, and now you've got Lord of the Rings Pandemic. They really went all in.
Well, the Tolkien estate used to be really, like, tight belt about, like, licensing anybody. I think they loosen the belt strap a little bit.
Yeah, clearly. It also makes me curious because, the board game industry isn't obviously as lucrative as, movie industry, video games, things like that. So for the board game industry to be able to just kind of dive ball in, sounds like they really loosened that belt.
I mean, I think Amazon just popped that bubble.
That's fair. It's definitely a Scott pick. I appreciate that one. All right. My number 7. These two are going to roll their eyes. I don't care. They're wrong. It's a great game. It's a great cooperative game. You're both wrong. I'm going to say it again. When I come to Gen Con, when I see you there, if you want to give me the Big Daddy Mega version, I'll take it. You want to buy it for me? You love me? I'll take it. It's very expensive. Castle Panic. I want the Big Daddy version. I want it so badly. I want the minis. I want the little turntable live counters on the bottom. I want to throw this one away. Just because I want the big one so bad. I want the box that's this size. I want it to weigh 30 pounds. But I'll stick with this one for now. It's great. I don't care how simple a game it is. If you add the expansions, it gets way better. But you can play the base game literally with children and have fun. I agree that it's basic. That's why these two hate it, how basic it is. I agree. But if you want to upgrade the difficulty, include the expansions, a lot more happens then. And to me, this one is just fun. This one is not Spirit Island. We're not going to sit down and crunch our brains, and we're not going to be like, oh my god, are we going to win this? A lot of it is going to come down to luck. That's another problem with the game, is there is a decent amount of luck based in it, but it's just so fun. I love tower defense. This takes me back to childhood, playing the little crappy flash games on the computer, the tower defense flash games, Vector TD, and all the ones like that. It just makes me think of those. And like, now you've just put orcs coming at my castle, but I can rebuild my castle with mortar and brick. Like, that just makes it even better, because that's something you couldn't do in some of those. Like, it just, everything about it just screams for me. And also, like many of us, I grew up in the board game community on Tabletop with Will Wheaton, and this is by far one of my favorite episodes. I think it's fantastic. Isn't this the one where Yuri Lowenthal was like eating the bananas and stuff the whole time? It's fantastic. But this is a great game. I don't care. They're wrong. This is actually tied for the highest rated cooperative game I ever have. My 3 favorite cooperative games. Go ahead and spoil this one, because I don't think I'll be making a top cooperative game list, because I'm not the person to do that. But this one, Sky Team, and Spirit Island are by far my 3 favorite cooperative games, and they're all tied. If I had to list them in order, just right off the top of my head, Sky Team's third. This and Spirit Island debate for the 1-2 spots. Honestly, I probably lean this one. I really think I like it better than Spirit Island. Spirit Island's fantastic, but I love Castle Panic. And I am definitely the only person you will hear ever talk about this one. That's why I deserve the big one. I'm the only one that will advocate for this game. I deserve the big one.
So, Corey, here's why I think you don't deserve the big one. And why we're not wrong. Your description, your merits for this game are, it reminds you of crappy Flash games. Your words, not mine.
Fair.
And you can play it with children. Those were your 2 selling points.
I'll say this. I enjoyed playing it the one time. Because we played it once.
Yeah, one time.
And here's the thing. Would I play it again? Sure. But there's never a day where I'll be like, ooh, yeah.
See, this is another part where I feel like I did you guys a disservice, though. We didn't play with the expansions. We just played the base game.
No, we played that game nearly a decade ago, Corey.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a
long time.
So what you're saying is it also needs to come to the retreat. Scott's like, it could not.
There's so many other games that we need to play.
There are so many other games we need to play. My list, our retreat that we do every year, I'm already working on my list of games to bring in. It's extensive. I need to start narrowing it down. And especially since I'm going to so many conventions this year, the list is just going to grow. I need to start narrowing it down some more.
I'll make you a deal, Corey. If some sugar daddy out on YouTube land buys you the Mega Edition, I will play it with you.
Let's go! The best...
He said it.
I did say it.
The best part is, I actually hope it's not even some YouTube sugar daddy. I hope Fireside Games just comes to me. Hey, thank you for continuing to talk about our game. That's actually my hope. It's just they just come, they find me. I don't even come to them, they find me.
That's still technically a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
That's just a really good one.
Really good one.
Corpo sugar daddy.
Castle
Panic's good. Moving on. All right, number 6.
Number 6 is the only game on this list that I will actually be able to give a copy of you, and that is Wakanda Forever, which is, we've talked about it, it's cheap, it's incredibly accessible, and you'll have a great time.
You can get 2 copies on Amazon for $14, because that's what I paid for them.
Yep. It's awesome, and genuinely, I've never not had a good time playing it. And ironically, it's probably one of the most played games I have.
Oh, this is one of our, as far as the group, maybe not like individual plays, but as our group, I bet it's our second most played game behind Werewolf.
I don't know, we played Oregon Trail a lot.
Yeah, but I feel like that was mostly just me and you, because like we always kind of played it with a third random.
That's true.
So I feel like that was more of a me and you, because we've also probably played Whitechapel more, but again, that's just me and you. Mm-hmm. As far as the group goes, I bet it's one of our most played group games.
Yeah, and it's fun, and once again, it's accessible.
Yes.
So to me, like, but I'll also say, you're never going to see this game anywhere.
No.
Like, no one's ever.
I watch a lot of content. I've never seen a single person ever bring this game up.
And they're missing out.
Yes, they are.
It's great. At $6, $8, you got a copy, and boy howdy, you want to start a board game collection? I think this was on my list. It's on there.
Oh yeah, well, I'll go ahead and jump into this. We're going to let you guys vote on our next top 10, just like we do every other month. The vote for this time is going to be either top 10 next level games or top 10 box arts. So I bring that up because I like this one very, very much. May or may not make my list. I'd have to sit down and think about it, but I love this artwork. So let us know in the comments, and I'll put that poll up on my channel for the June list. Which one do you want, next level games or box art? So looking at that made me immediately think about it.
As you should. And wonderful, beautiful box art.
Yes.
But yeah, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. Most people would find the gimmick of like the holographic nature to it kind of lame. I love it. I think it's great.
It normally is.
Yeah.
This game's great.
It's done well. Like the holographic part of the cover, it's done well. It's not got that like a rough texture. It just kind of shimmers. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it makes me think of like an alt cover for a comic book. Like they did foiling and promos all the time.
Yeah. So. And that's very much Lucas' game because, like, we would have never played this game if he hadn't got it. Was it our first or second Jigsaw?
I wouldn't have purchased it.
It's free.
I didn't even want it. No, that's the best story. I didn't even want to buy it. I went to go buy Sinister Six. Notoriously bad game.
One of the worst games ever made, arguably.
Spider-Man, and it's so good. I went and I said, hey, I'd like to buy a copy of Sinister Six.
And you also got Hell Hydra.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the joke. I went to say, hey, can I buy this Sinister Six? And she said, would you like to buy all three for $10 more? And I said,
sure.
Okay. So I think I paid $30 and got all of them.
Yeah.
And all the promos. I had all the promos, everything. They gave me the whole entire
Well,
stack.
and like you said, the funny part is like how much we love that one. Sinister Six ended up being a horrible, awful fail, like on fire, screaming off the edge of a cliff bad.
Beautiful artwork, though.
Yes. And then Hell Hydra is...
It's fine.
It's okay. It is not balanced by any means.
Not anymore.
The actual gameplay is kind of fun, but the imbalance of it makes it not high for me, just because it's so imbalanced.
I think it's only balanced at the max player count, which makes it basically unplayable.
Right.
It's just Secret Hitler with a Red Skull mask on.
No, it's way worse, because you can actually intentionally mess the game up.
Yeah. But then this one ended up being 5 out of 5 for us. Like, fantastic. Our group loves it, we love it, and oh my god, how funny it is. Just like constantly, just Wakanda Forever. Like, you have to like joke with this one too.
Well,
like,
it's a rule. You have
yes,
to say Wakanda Forever
it's
and make
so
it
good.
And here's the thing. That was the one I didn't want. They gave me that one for free.
It's might be the only superhero game I own. Because I love it. It legit. No, I own Marvel United. So I own 2 superhero games, and it's one of them.
That's excellent.
And funny enough, I also only own both of them because I think I paid a combined like $18 for both. So I think that's the other reason I own them. I was like, oh, cheap, cool. I will find any reason to own a game that's like, I'll play it once. One time for $8, that's cheaper than going to your local high school basketball game.
True.
Yep.
Pay to go to a high school basketball game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I go to sport a lot, apparently.
I played the sport.
I played the sport too. I'd have to pay to get in.
Well, yeah, you played.
Exactly. Anyway, my number 6 is a game that I still haven't gotten to play yet in board game format, but it's Slay the Spire. I love that game so much, and I have seen playthroughs of the board game, and I know I'm going to love it, especially because it's one of the very few games where they made the transition from board game to video, or from video game to board game successfully, and they changed enough to make it completely different. Instead of a one-player game, it's a multiplayer game.
I have heard so many glowing reviews about this, and this definitely belongs on Scott's list. Like, this screams Scott. He loves the video game. This screams him. But again, go back to the joke of, haha, Corey hates cooperative games. I want to play this one. I want to play it very much. This one excites me. I want this one to hit the table, and I'm actually going ahead and saying, because typically, we keep talking about it, so I'm going to bring this up. Our retreat, typically, I just bring an absolute ton of my games, and we play them. That's coming.
Sure.
We will be playing that game. I want to play it so badly. And also Game of Thrones is coming, because I want to play it, your copy. So this year, more than just my games are coming, because I want to play those 2 games. So we will be playing those.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm not going to harp on it. That's a great pick. I mean, it's a very Scott pick, and I've literally heard nothing but fantastic things from every single person who has talked about this game. I don't think I've seen a rating on other content creators below like an 8. It's
good.
Fantastic.
It's so good.
Yeah. All right. My number 6 is a game that I'll give him credit where credit's due. I always talk, I'm a big Dice Tower fan. Z Garcia set me onto this game almost a decade ago at this point, and it is now one of my most played games I've ever played. I play it primarily on the app because if you play it with the real version, which I have, you will be shuffling till midnight because every time you basically do anything in this game, you have to reshuffle your deck. So if you enjoy shuffling, play the real version. If you don't hate yourself, just get it on your phone. But it's one of my most played games of all time. It's also the only solo game that I will really play solo, which is funny because I also brought up Consulting Detective this time. But those are basically the only 2 games I'll ever play solo, and I've played so much of this one. Onirim, pronounce however you got one. I call it Onirim, I don't care. The other funny thing about this is an entire series of games. There's I think 6 or 7 of these at this point. Never played any of the other ones, and I really feel like I should because the other ones I've always heard are better. This one is your very basic card game. You're matching up, you get these suns and moons, and you have to alternate. You have to go sun, moon, sun, moon, sun, moon, and there's these shadow creatures that every time one comes out, you basically lose cards. And when your deck runs out, you've either matched up enough in a row to unlock all the doors and win the game, or you run out of cards before you unlock those doors and you lose the game. It's that simple, and you're just trying to go sun, moon, sun, moon, sun, moon. I think there's 4 colors off the top of my head. You have to do 2 of each color. It's super simple. You can play, if you get it on your phone, you can play an entire game in 5 minutes or even faster depending on, I used to actually when I, at a different workplace I had where they were much more strict about phones and stuff, I would always sneak out to the side yard where there's no cameras and stuff, and I would sit out there for 30 minutes and play 5 or 6 matches, and then man, I really had to fix that thing out there, yeah. And then I'd come back in because I was so obsessed with the game that I would slot it in every second I possibly could, and I have played the absolute crap out of this game, and it's super fun, super simple. This is my go-to. I'm waiting in the doctor's office, I'm waiting on an appointment, I'm I get to the gym before Scott or something, I'm gonna bust out a game real quick, even though it's usually the other way around. He's waiting on me. But this is my go-to. It's because it's so fast, it's so simple, and it's fun. And I also tend to not like card games. People, I don't understand why some people actually like me because so many things that people love, I crap on all the time. I'm I don't like cooperative. I don't like card games. I don't like these things. Oh, they're some of the most loved things of all time. Cool. Yeah, not me. Don't like superheroes. But this card game works extremely well, and I love it. Like I said, if you don't like shuffling, just get it on your phone. But the little component. Oh, and this one also because I have the anniversary nice edition. There's also 7 expansions. They all are good, and you can mix and match them, and they all make the game better. So this game can go from a simple little card game to a game. So it's another reason it's really good is that there's so much replayability to it outside of just the base game. So Onirim is a very good one. I think would love it. It's super simple. Just saying, I think it's 99 cents on the App Store. This might be something you need to get. Because like I said, he got it.
It's well worth.
Yeah, like I say, it's a nice little time killer while you're just waiting. It's super good game.
Number 5. Okay, so we're getting down to games that these are relatively new to my collection, but they're also games that I have basically been singing the praises of since I've touched them. So this is going to be my cooperative game. I think maybe the first one on this list, Sail.
Yeah.
Sail is awesome, and it combines so many of the things I enjoy. It's a cooperative game. It also has limited communication. It's a trick-taking game, but it's a trick-taking game only in as much as you have to take tricks in a certain way, otherwise it will ruin you.
Yes.
But it is an absolute blast. The expansion that added the playable characters was really good too. It made it even more fun.
Oh, so much better. It would have gone down a whole point on my BGG rating without that.
Yeah. Because
it's so good. It would have gone down a whole point.
I hurt after we played. I laughed so hard. It's just fun.
Well, it has the thing about this one, because I love Sail. It has polarizing mechanics. Trick taking is not the most popular mechanic. Limited communication is very much not a popular mechanic. It is very polarizing mechanics, but it blends perfectly. I do not particularly love trick taking games. This is either my top 1 or 2 favorite trick taking game. I love this game. And also just adding the board made it so much better.
Yep.
Just that you have an objective outside of numbers. If that makes sense. Like, that's one of the issues with trick-taking game is it's basically just, we're matching up numbers, we're matching up colors. And yes, you're doing that in this game, obviously, it's trick-taking. But the fact that you have an objective in front of you, like you're playing this board, makes it so much better. It's like, because you can kind of see the manifestation of what you're doing. Because in most trick-taking games, it's like, oh, how many times do you stack up this thing? Cool, there you go, you're done. Right? This one, every time you do something, you see it manifest in front of you on a board. And I really enjoy that.
Yeah, it's not an easy game, but it's a lot of fun. I played it with a couple different people. Never had a bad time with it.
No, it's also a great Lucas pick, and All Play deserves praises sang to them. They do a great job with these like small, I don't want to call them micro games, but small little packaged games. Most of the time they fit in one hand. Like, they do a great job with these little tiny games, and Sail is by far one of their best ones. And they are actually coming out, I believe it comes out this year, don't quote me, I'm pretty sure coming out with a Legacy version this year. That's going to be fun, because Legacy games are so fun, but they tend to not get completed because they take so long. I think Sail Legacy could be completed in a palatable amount of time, so I think it's a Legacy game we could actually complete.
Oh well, put me down.
Yeah, true. I'm excited about that one.
My number 5, I'm going to get audible groans, I'm guessing, because it's the grandfather of all deck builders. It's Dominion! I love that game. I play it anytime with anybody. It's super fun. They keep making more cards.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, the art's kind of eclectic, but that's part of its charm.
That's not the word. That's not the word to use about that art.
There's some good art, and there's some not so good art.
All right, here's the thing. If we're going to say it's good art, and yep, I'm getting to that part. There's like 2,000 cards or something, and 4 are good. I'm not going to call that it has some good art. I'm going to call it sometimes they failed at making bad art.
Even a broken clock's right twice a day.
Yep, or 4 out of 3,000 times. All right, here's my thing. I've got to rant. I have to.
We're not here for the art. We're here for the deck building.
No, I have to rant. I have to rant because I am going to be famous on the internet for hating this game because I don't care. I don't care.
There's like 8 million sets you can mix and match.
I know, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's the point.
It's so basic. It is literally it's so basic. It's so basic. And the primary objective in almost every single match you play is how many coins can I buy? No. I have seen so many times it's just like, I need to buy coins. I'm going to get all of these power cards to achieve buying more coins.
You were categorically wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
You have not played enough games.
I played 2 rounds of it, and coins were the least bought thing in both rounds.
I've played it a decent amount. That tended to be, I'm not saying every game, but that tended to be a heavy majority of the time.
Well, one particular expansion is centered around upgrading and acquiring coins, but there's like 6 other expansions that just say coins. You don't need those.
There's literally one that the core of the game is we made a bigger coin. There literally is. There's one of the expansions. The best card in that box is bigger coin. Just saying. Oh, you love this one, but I'm gonna die on this hill. I don't enjoy Dominion, and it's not just the artwork. Don't get me wrong, the artwork's trash. I do not enjoy the game.
How many times have you played it?
5 or 6. Not a ton, but I feel like enough to know if I like it.
Okay, it's not for you.
Not for me. No. They're on your side. This is one of the most popular games of all time. They're with you. I'm saying you're all wrong.
I'm with you.
Whatever. This is one of the few games I'm like passionate about, like in a negative sense. Like usually I'm like ready to fight for people how good of a game is. This is like one of the very few that I'm like, nope, we're going to war. We're going to war for this one.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Oh no! When it comes to population, I agree completely. I am in the minority. I'm in the 1%. This isn't even like a 60, 40, 70, 30. I'm in the 1%. But we are dying on our island of correctness. My number 5 is another one I'm going to get flack for because its 2 predecessors are infinitely more popular. Infinitely. You have already had the best one on your list. This is my favorite of Eric Lang's trilogy. His Mythos trilogy is so famous at this point, so popular. I was literally at the Dice Tower event in 2019 when Eric Lang brought out and debuted this game and showed the minis to everyone at Gen Con in 2019 and debuted it, and I've been excited about it ever since. I backed the Kickstarter. It's one of the longest Kickstarters ever backed. It took almost 3 years to get to me, and I have loved it ever since. Yeah, I'm falling. I'm a chair. Ankh is the superior game in this list. I know how popular Blood Rage is. I love Blood Rage. All 3 are in my top 100 of all time. All 3 are in my top 50 of all time. I love them. Like, these games are wonderful, and they all do something different while also having like a similar base behind them that like keeps the familiarity there. Very much, I kind of attune these, not gameplay, but kind of that familiarity to kind of like Garfield games where it's like every single game has enough blood work that's the same that you're like, you know what you're playing every step of the way. That's how I feel about Eric Lang's games, not just the trilogy, because like even his other games kind of marry in like very similarly. Like he definitely has a style. Ankh is by far my favorite. I'm not going to rant because I've ranted before about the
catch-up mechanic?
Yes, but what's it called? The merge. The merge mechanic, like I understand you hate it, that's fine. You can hate it, but I can also tell you you're also wrong because I'm going to rant. Like it's so good. Like the merge mechanic is actually fun because here's my new argument for it. I have a new argument for this merge mechanic because everyone complains about it. What about Root? One of the most famous popular games of all time that does the same thing? Same thing, and you all love it. I don't want to hear about it. It's great. It's fine. Team up and take everyone down and then brag to their face if you actually find a way to win. It's great. I don't care. Like, I love this game. I love the way the camels break section off the map. I love how that's the area control works because like I understand other games break off area control in a similar way, but this was one of the first games I ever played that did that, so it really enamored me. A lot of people say that the monsters in this game don't do a ton. They do just as much as they do in Blood Rage. The troll in Blood Rage, I set it down. Those guys died. Now he's just a character. They work exactly the same in this one. You set a guy down, he does a thing. Now he's just a character. It works exactly the same. Every complaint I've ever heard about Ankh is exactly the same in other games that people love. So every complaint I've ever heard I just disagree with. I like the theme the best. Like obviously I understand Blood Rage. So many people love the Viking / Norse / all those themes. I get it. I like this one the most. Rising Sun is actually the most expensive game I own because I bought all of the like aftermarket like Kickstarter stuff way after it was out of print, so it's actually my most expensive game. But no matter how many times I play the other two, I will always come back to Ankh, and I know I'm in the minority, and that is fine. That's why it's games I champion. I'm getting passionate today. I'm like ready to go on. We decided to go towards games we champion, and we're getting towards the top of our list. So it's the games I like. I will go to war for these games. So I should tell you how passionate we are about them. But yeah, Ankh's great. Lucas has played it. He really enjoyed it. He likes Blood Rage better because most of you do.
Yeah. I have better stories with Blood Rage.
That's fair. That's a story for another day. we do. I've actually had people request multiple times now that we need to do a story time episode. Like I've had many comments of people being like, please do this, please do this. We need to sit down and do that because like we have so many. Especially if we sat down and like wrote out our thoughts, like which ones to do. Like that'd be a good video. We need to do that. All right, moving on. All right, number 4.
We've made it to the top 4.
Yeah, we're getting there.
All right, so this one is a story. One day, I was in Barnes & Noble, and I went over to the clearance rack. This is before they even sold board games, and they had like a board game section. Mm-hmm. They just had a random game on the shelf. I remember looking at it. It cost $10, and I thought to myself, man, never heard this game before. I looked up some reviews.
Oh, don't worry, no one's ever heard this game before.
Yeah, nope, they haven't. And I looked at the back of the box and went, man, that bag alone would be worth $10. Okay.
I remember him buying this game, and the first thing he told me about was the bag.
Yeah, the bag's amazing. It's beautiful. So anyway, Element, specifically the Silver Edition, is incredible. It's a fun game. I don't know what the playability is with 4 players. I really want to see the chaos of that at some point. But as a 2-player game, it's very chess-like without having the like pre-knowledge that chess does for the last hundreds of years. Yeah. So when you're looking at Element, it's a fun like positioning game while you're also kind of playing the Avatar. So if you really like Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think this is a great game. The theme is fun. The components are beautiful. The little like element pieces themselves, they leave a little bit to be desired, but the little like character pieces are awesome. The bag that you draw from is awesome. The board looks nice. It's just a really fun game. No one is ever going to tell you about that game. You're never going to see it on anyone's list except mine. It's a great game.
When we were like buying your games back after, you know, everything happened and stuff, this was one of the hardest to get, especially the silver edition, because it's like, hey, let's take this game that no one's ever really heard of. Now let's make a special edition version. Now let's let it be out for like many years. Now try and hunt it down. I found it. It wasn't easy.
But it's greatly appreciated. And now I have 2 bags.
Oh yeah, the game did survive.
Yeah, I was able to salvage the bag.
Yeah.
It took great amounts of cleaning, but I did get to keep 2 bags.
No. I mean, this is in your top 5, or I know it's in your top 10. Did it make your top 5 of all time?
Maybe? I don't know.
I think it made your top 5. I mean, this is obviously a Lucas game, and there's another one I feel like coming up that was also in your top 5. We'll see if you decided to put it, but I feel like you probably did. Lucas tends to like, at least in my opinion, these games. You joke all the time about the game you sit on the porch and play with like your grandkids and stuff. This one's more complicated than that, but it fits in that family.
Yeah,
you know, it's that family plus. Like it's got that more going on, but it's definitely the type of game that you just kind of sit and learn and play.
It's the commercial version.
Yeah.
It's slightly more commercial than rocks on a board.
Yeah. So I agree. And I've yet to play this one. I'll say this: the theme really intrigues me because I mean I do like Avatar. I mean I feel like most people from our generation did. Like it's fantastic, but I don't know. There's something about the game to me that's like I feel like I'll appreciate it more when I play it. It's just got this. The best way to put it to me is genericness look about it.
Oh, it's the most unappealing game. Like in terms of the box art, the rule book, even the pieces look kind of boring. I just think it's really cool. Like it's and the gameplay is just really strange. And depending on like how specifically with the expansion, what type of expansion you choose, because you have to choose one of 3.
So it's modular. Okay. See, every time you described it, I've been intrigued because you talked about like electrifying stuff and like it intrigues me. I would like to play it. It's not like near the top, you know, like I've been saying, but I would like to play it at some point.
One day.
Yeah, and especially it feels weird, like if the 3 of us, like with you know how close we are and stuff, that we like haven't played like all of each other's top 10s. You know, because like if you like it that much, I at least want to try it. If you like something that much, I at least want to try it. So it kind of feels like we should all have like played each other's top 10s at least once. Just, you know, logically that makes sense to me.
Makes sense.
Sure. My number 4 is a game that I'm excited I get to be the one to bring it to this group because I think every group should have a set, and that's 1,000 blank white cards. It's only limited by your creativity and how much fun you want to have and how quickly you want to have that fun, because you can make a card with any rules you want and only keep the best ones in a set that you and your friends put together each and every time you play it, mixing in new cards with old cards. So there could just be a I win card, and you shuffle up and whoever draws it wins first. Or you could have someone required to grill you a grilled cheese sandwich if you want. That is something I have done, and it has worked. Much fun.
I had never heard of this until Scott brought it up, and ever since he brought it up, it makes me want to play it so badly, specifically because like we keep saying like our group is about stories. This game is nothing but stories.
Yep, correct.
So like it could not fit us more, and we talked about this with like different things. Like we always do a New Year's party with your place. We do like a Halloween party. We do the retreat every year. It feels like something that we could bring to almost every event over and over and over. And like you said, just build the bag, build the deck, because like we do have such set times that we all get together every year, and it just feels like something we should do.
Correct.
So
yeah, I agree.
And like I say, it has to be a Scott game because I'd never even heard of it till he brought it up.
Yep.
So, all right.
Good choice.
My number 4, Lucas could have arguably put it on his list, but I know he didn't, because this is a game that is incredibly special to me, primarily because of how much me and you have played it together. It is some of my fondest memories in gaming. It is one of the, like, I think first like 10 or 15 games I ever owned. The theme appeals to me, even though it is very off-putting for many others. The mechanic is very appealing to me, even though it is very off-putting for others. We keep going down this rabbit hole. Letters from Whitechapel. People don't enjoy hidden movement. The idea of Jack the Ripper is a little off-putting. I understand that. All of this marries perfectly for me. Most people who even do enjoy hidden movement games they will pick Spectre Ops. They will pick Fury of Dracula. They will pick so many other hidden movement games. Hunt for the Ring, if you like Lord of the Rings, is a great one. There's so many other hidden movement games that even though it's even not a love mechanic, that people would tend to gravitate towards more. And a lot of people would even choose Whitehall, the smaller version of this first, just because it's smaller and quicker. While I love Whitehall and I own it, this to me is the best hidden movement game I've ever played because it is simple. It is just a bunch of numbers on the board. It reminds me so much of Scotland Yard with a better / similar theme, and I like the movement in this one better because in Scotland Yard you've got the 3 different types of movement you can do, and it, in my opinion, actually makes it more limited to your ability to move because your people hunting you down have a better idea of how you're moving, which limits your ability to go to certain places, whereas this one has, I can't remember the number, like 150 different locations, and like the best your opponent can typically do is I know they're somewhere in this circle, and in that circle there's 30 locations, and they also have to spread out in a certain way because if I like cut through their defenses, I'm gone. Like they have to almost like kind of like real police work. They have to like create a grid. They have to lock you down. They can't just like you can know where I am, but if I've got past you, sometimes you can't chase me down. Like you have to very much like create a grid and like hone in your clues just like like real police work, and like I enjoy that factor, and like me and him have so many stories and stuff that go along with this game. And it also, I've said this in many other videos, if you played hidden movement games and you've not played 2-player, you're playing them wrong, because most hidden movement games are a 2-player game. This is my number 2 favorite game of all time, and I don't hear anyone talk about it because, like I said, even if they do talk about hidden movement game, it's typically Fury of Dracula or Spectre Ops, because either people like the theme of Spectre Ops because it's got that like futuristic fighty type feel, or they like Fury of Dracula because of the like card flipping mechanic, kind of the rock, paper, scissors type combat, and also Dracula is a great theme and the special powers. I agree completely. Fury of Dracula is in my top 20 of all time. I love it. Spectre Ops did not make my top 100, but I feel like it maybe would if I play it again. It's been a few years since I played it. It's a great game, but honestly for me on that one, it's more of the theme. I'm not a futuristic type person. That's not the type of stuff I lean towards, but it's also a good game. I get it, but this one screams for me, and yes, a lot of that does have to do with the theme. I'm a weirdo, and this theme does not like put me off. This one gets me going. Like I'm like, yes, I want to play this.
No, 100%. In fact, I like this game in terms of how it's, to me, the theme, it makes the hidden movement better for me because it makes me think of like the foggy alleyway streets. Agreed. And so that's actually the reason why I don't like Scotland Yard. It's too bright, it's too cheery for me. Yes, I understand it's a similar theme, not my thing.
Well, it's also the family version.
Yeah. Well, Spectre Ops didn't do it for me either though.
Yeah. And
I'm not a big futuristic person, so I agree. I like this one good. But it's 100% a you game because this is. I mean, it's the one I think of when I think of like our early days of gaming because we played it a lot.
Yes. And like it's a little bit of a longer game, and we've played it more than once in one night.
Oh, we usually play it at least 2 times.
Mm-hmm. This is the game for me, and I say it all the time. If I don't get this to the table at least once a year, I'm genuinely sad. Like I want this hit the table at least once a year because this game means a lot to me. It's not just the game for me. This one when I sit down, I am just happy to be there. So that's for me. I know you are very much against it. Scott does not like the hidden movement. No. Again, they agree with you. That's why this is about me.
This is not even about being right. Like, I just don't have fun.
Yeah. Well, for me, I've said this before. It's also that one specifically because one of the joys of hidden movement is being the hider. Mm-hmm. I will play that one as the investigators. Like as the hider, it's my second favorite game of all time. Like as the hider, it's a 12 out of 10. As the investigator, I still a 9 for me. Like I really enjoy the investigation side of it because this one, like I said, the way you do it, you really have to hone in and like surround them. Like I really like that factor. Whereas a bunch of them, like Spectre Ops, for example, you have to find them and then you basically just shoot them, right, or whatever. This one, it's like, okay, I know where you are, but I now have to strategically place myself to catch you. I like that.
Because we're number 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're down to the bottom 3, or top 3, I should say.
I need credit. We got all the way to number 3 before I screwed it up this time.
That's good.
I'm improving.
Yeah, you didn't even ask.
I didn't ask. I knew it was 3. I just couldn't remember who was next.
the easier part.
I gotta focus on the numbers.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time. My brain works in one direction.
So number 3 for me is another new one to my collection, but I've played it. I've only got to play it once. We did a test run, and we played 1 round. But it's a Ahoy. I love when we've talked about it in terms of mechanics. I like characters that are different. I like people who have different objectives. I enjoy games like that, and this one is it's not symmetrical. So ASIM games are much more fun for me. I really enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun. I've only played one role because I've kind of been relegated to not being able to play any of the other ones yet. So, but man, top-notch game. It's really interesting. The level of people who play with will affect this game, and I think make it better in some ways. But Ahoy is very good, and there's a big expansion coming out. I'm just waiting for it to hit retail because I didn't know about it before. Obviously, I didn't have it. I would have bought the Kickstarter. It's so good, and the expansions will be so much more fun.
I really enjoy games, and this goes back to I brought up Ford Root. I'm not huge on like it has to have like variable player powers. I enjoy it, but it's not a big deal for me. However, asymmetric victory conditions, I love that.
Yep.
Like, I kind of enjoy the fact that we are going for entirely different things. Like, and especially if a game has figured out how to balance that properly, that's impressive to me. That is just good game design. If you were able to say, you're kind of playing different games, but it's balanced. I think that's super cool that games can do that.
You would love the Smuggler in particular because not only does everyone have different like objectives, the Smuggler has a mini game that they're playing while playing.
I love mini games.
So it's like, and the mini game's gathering. It's also like it's not in a circle, but you're moving on a grid, and every space you get free stuff.
No,
So it's not your circle, but
it's so good. It's so good. Nothing feels better than just like doing something and getting free stuff as a reward. You're just like, I was going to do that no matter what. I didn't need free stuff. I was going to do that, but I get free stuff. This is great. Love it
Some
so.
dopamine. Some dopamine.
This is me. Always on my list to play. I keep saying that, but like it just is. Like I have so many games I want to play, but I feel like because so many games are new to your collection this past year, I want to play a lot of your games specifically because like I saw them coming into your collection, and as they like came together, I was like, I want to play that. I want to play that.
well, my schedule's been so limited. Now you don't know this, but even us getting together for this has been difficult. So like my schedule's been so limited, we don't get the time to play a lot of my games. So I'm playing with Trinity.
Yeah, so me and Scott have been playing pretty thoroughly through my collection. We've gotten pretty far this year. This is probably the biggest gaming year I've had so far. But I want to play more with you and your games. Okay.
My number 3, not going to surprise you one bit. It's Clank.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's deck building, but deck building with a purpose. Like, what's not to like? I love the theme. If I had to pick one, it'd definitely be the Legacy version because I love Acquisition Incorporated. I love Penny Arcade. Like the people who make it, not just the story itself, but it's just so good. It's so good.
Clank marries everything together that Corey shouldn't do in his real life, but in board game form, I'm here for it all day. The deck building aspect is fun.
The gamble.
The gamble. You know what I'll tell you what the worst part of that game is. By far the worst part.
He was at the very bottom. As far as we go.
Yes, no, the worst part about that game, it's not even close to the worst part. When you have people who play safe and they get out too early and they start a timer for me, those people are the worst.
Here's the thing. It's not about playing safe. It's about seeing someone flying too close to the sun and going, I know I can ruin his day. I'm going to do that. Yes, I could get 20 more points. I don't need them.
You know, when my parents were debating my name at birth, it was a toss-up between Corey and Icarus, and it was real close. Corey just won out, just barely. It's like they knew.
Opportunity missed.
Yeah. All right.
Now, if that wouldn't have been on your list, I would have some serious concerns.
100%. We're going to talk about down the road the games that for the other person. I'll spoil it. It's either 1 or 2 on your list. We'd have to sit down and really talk about it, but it's 1 or 2 because I mean that's the game I.
It's my top 3.
Yeah, it's the game we associate with you. 100%. Okay. All right, I'll say this. So every game up to this point obviously is very Corey, very me. Like they hear me talk about it all the time. I would argue these next 3, they kind of want me to shut up about. Like they're kind of tired of hearing me talk about these next 3. Mostly because they fit into that category of I'm the only one that talks about them, but not just that, because some of these games are enjoyed, but I'm the only one that could possibly talk about them this much. Like no one else wants to talk about them as much as me. Number 3 is Harbor. We all watched it on tabletop. I fell more in love with it than everyone else did. It was literally my introduction to who Matt Mercer was as a person. Watching this game on tabletop is what made me watch Critical Role. That is a weird segue. How many people can say Harbor brought them to Critical Role? It did for me. It's one of my favorite episodes, and it's one of my favorite games. This is in my top 20 of all time, and honestly, I think it would probably be higher if I could get people to play it more. Like, I love the stock market aspect of this. A lot. Again, I want to point out the problems with the games I like, because that tends to be why people don't gravitate towards them. The problem with this one, well, there's 2 problems. One, a couple of the buildings, I'll openly admit, they're not balanced. There's a couple of buildings that are so freaking broken. I usually set those aside because they are very broken. But so you can set those aside. You shouldn't have to. I wish the game had not had that happen, but you can. The other aspect is something that people don't enjoy that I love: the stock market randomness. You can't plan your turn. You want to, you try to, it fails. Inevitably, it fails. If you're playing a 4-player game, you go get a drink. Don't try. Come back when it's the person before you's turn, and then start planning. And then when you go to take your turn, you look at it and you're like, oh, if I did this on future turns, this could be great. You're doing it wrong. Because on future turns, there's no that could be great. That's a lot of luck involved. And I know that sounds unappealing, but to me, it's fun. I love when I'm looking at my board and it's the person before me's turn, and I'm like, oh man, I've only got like 4 gold, or like 5, 6 gold, whatever. I really need to get up to this number. And then they do something, I'm like, 17. Cool. And then you're just like, okay. I love when that kind of thing happens. And I also enjoy when it works in the other direction, where you're like, I'm currently sitting at 17. Oh, that took me down to 5. I enjoy that randomness because it's just funny. It's just because this is also a game that doesn't take itself seriously. Like, I'm literally looking, like, first off, I love the art. This art is so appealing to me. I love this art. But I'm literally looking at the card of the shepherd that's on top, and it is an absolutely messed up wolf sheep herder, and I'm like, this describes the seriousness of this game. And I'm like, that if you don't play the game with that level of seriousness, then you're just playing it wrong. Like, you need to go into this game going, I just want cows to be worth a lot of money, so I'm going to make cows worth a lot of money. And like, I love that. It's so random, it's so crazy, and if you just take it unseriously and you're not an A&P person who has to get it right, you're going to have a good time. This game does not get the love I feel like it deserves, because I feel like a lot of times gamers take stuff too seriously, and I'm like, just chill out and have fun. Just enjoy yourself. Harbor, I know they're probably sick of hearing about this one because I bring it up a lot.
I played that at Gen Con.
You played this at Gen Con?
We played it at the first Gen Con.
You're right, I forgot about that.
That's the first time I played it.
We did indeed, because I bought the little micro expansion. That's why we played it, because I can't remember what booth it was at, but it was one of those like retailer booths, and it was sitting on one of the shelves just randomly. This game was nowhere in sight, but the little random micro expansion was just sitting there, and I was like,
I remember exactly why we were there. That's a story, though. We can tell the story of Harbor.
But this is an enjoyable one. I love it. You should, if you've not tried it, you should try it. It's a lot of my games have got some age on them at this point. Like, they're starting to get a decade or more old at this point. This is a good one though. And also RIP to Tiny Minstrel Games. They were fantastic. Rest in peace. All right, the penultimate game.
Yep. So number 2 for me is I debated on the top 2, and I've swapped them around 3 times before I got here. But I feel like this is the way I have to go. Number 2 is gonna be Shobu.
Number 2.
Number 2 is gonna be Shobu. And so I think
I know what your number 1 is, and I agree with your order, but I'm surprised you agree with that order. I thought you would have reversed them.
Do you want to know why? Because I was thinking about it. I've given it a lot of consideration. I think the reason, because that's how it was and has been the majority of the time.
Like, I agree with your order.
I think Shobu is the reason why is I can't sell it to just anyone.
Yes.
It's the game that I do champion it, but I don't champion it to everyone. And there's a lot of people I wouldn't play it with because I know they'd have no fun.
I'm going to be that guy, though, and ask, can you sell the first one to anyone?
No.
I think I can. It's one of my most played board games.
No, I don't accept that as a valid argument.
I have people ask to play it all the time. We haven't got the Legacy Edition out either.
No, we haven't. That's a fair point. We'll get to that one in a second.
Yeah,
but yeah, Shobu, obviously, it's your favorite game of all time. It's number one. I'm curious to see if it has its staying power for this year's coming up list. Top 100, just in case anybody's curious, it's obviously on the channel right now, but Top 100 kicks off in October, and it will run through the end of the year with the top 10 always debuting on New Year's Day. So be looking forward to that. I've already been working on mine. Every time I kind of play a game, I'll kind of slot it in, and then every couple months I've played, so many more games. I'll rearrange everything. So it's a labor of love for me. I'm curious to see if it retains your number one this coming year. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm curious too. But it's a great game. I will say, not just for anyone, but to me, like you were saying, it is a sitting on the porch, having a conversation, and about life by using the game.
Yeah,
it's every cliched anime grandpa moment.
I wasn't even thinking anime. I was thinking those straight to DVD like sports movies. That's just like, let's talk about games and stuff, man. Like. You shouldn't seek, love from these random people. Love yourself. I'm like, that's Lucas playing this game.
My number 2, surprise to no one again. Sky Team.
Talking about the games that are you. For me, my top 2 is this and Clank when I think of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the board game when I had a panic moment because I needed a birthday present for Corey. I gave him my copy because I knew I was going to own it again anyway, and it was sold out for months.
Have you rebought it yet?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, have you even gotten it yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I paid considerably more than I paid for this.
Yes, you did. I know you did.
Because I got like $15 on Amazon. I'm like, I'll try it. It seems good. This is really good. Here you go, Corey.
You know the best part? I guarantee when he bought it, he had no clue that he had just won the spiel. And he was just like, oh, yeah, sure, why not? What's this logo on it? It won an award.
This copy doesn't have the.
Oh, it's too old to have the thing on it.
Yeah, I got it before then.
Yeah. That is funny, especially because when we first started doing things on this channel and he would bring this up, it wasn't long after this one won the spiel, so he was like so much cult of the new at the time, and now like we've moved on to where this game is like slowly fading into the background because like I feel like this year has been a really good year for new releases, so like even though this one is fantastic, I feel like it's slowly disappearing and fading like Peter Griffin into the, or Homer Simpson into the bushes, which is sad because it's a great game. I actually have not heard anything about an expansion, but I feel like surely to goodness they're going to make one.
I feel like as much as is in this box, they could just come out with a sequel and everyone.
No, that's fair. That's fair. It maybe change the theme from like planes to something different and
like trains or something.
Like
keep the trains running on time.
Right, something like that.
Easy pivot to make.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's just, it won the spiel and it got so popular. I don't want to see it lose traction because, like I said, it's starting to fade away. I don't want to see this one lose the traction it had because when it came out, like everyone was talking positively about it. Like it was another one of those that like it may not have been everybody's favorite game, but it was like nobody rated it below a 7. Like it was like everyone liked it.
I mean, find me a better 2-player only game. I'll wait.
Challenge accepted and already done as a top 5 list on my channel.
Okay.
No, actually, I didn't do a 2-player game. I did a top duo game. So I do have a top 5 of good 2-player games. This one would have beat some of those on the list. It wouldn't have been number 1, but it would have beat some of those. It's a really good game. Like I said, it's tied for my favorite cooperative game of all time. Really enjoy it. And it was a great gift. And very surprised when I got it. Alright, my number 2. Once again, we're talking about a game where its predecessor was very much more loved. And these guys are by far sick of hearing me talk about it. The Taverns of Tiefenthal. Everybody loves Quacks of Quedlinburg. No, I refuse to just call it Quacks. I don't care what the new version is called. I don't like the art. I'm going to talk crap about it. They should have left it alone. It's great, and everyone is going to be very sad when in 2 years they can't find the old version for cheaper than $400. I will keep mine. I have all the expansions, and I'm very happy about it. But back to this game. I like this one better than Quacks. Quacks, again, go back to it. It's in my top 25 of all time. Somewhere in there. I can't remember the exact number. Somewhere in there. I love Quacks. This is better. This one has so many mechanics I love. I love the building your own board like the puzzle pieces, and every time you upgrade your board, you flip the pieces and it has a better version on the other side. It has one of my favorite mechanics in a rondelle. I love going around that rondelle as many times as I possibly can. Oh my goodness, it just gives me an adrenaline rush every time I just go around that thing. And I really love the mechanic of, draft the dice. The drafting the dice is fantastic, passing along the coasters or whatever, but then as you build your deck, you're just kind of like war, just flipping it, and then like eventually, like when your tables are full, you stop flipping. So you're trying to strategically get your deck built where you can flip in the final round. You flip your entire deck, like if you, which is not hard to do. Like if you play it strategically enough and you kind of understand how the game works, on the last round of the game, you almost always should be able to flip your entire deck, which to me is awesome. And the fact that you can't really do it much earlier, I think is a little bit balancing about this game, because you can't really do it till the end, but that's kind of like your reward in the end, is you got to flip everything. However, the issue with this game, to bring those up, I understand this game is solvable. I will openly admit this is a solvable game. That if everyone at the table knows how to play the game, like the solved version, it straight up turns into who got lucky. I'm not going to say that's not a thing. I will say, I don't care, because if you try to solve a game, I personally don't know that I want to play a game with you that often, just because like I'm here to have fun, you know what I mean? And that's how I feel about this game, is I almost just want to try strategies and just go, that sounds fun. Let's see how that works. Let's see what happens here. To me, that's how this game works for me. And the expansion is nothing but modules, and I think they all work great. Sometimes I've mixed in a couple. Sometimes I've used them all. I think they all like blend together very well. And they're not overly difficult. They just add a piece or two here and there. I think they're very palatable, and I think they do make the game better, but I have no issue playing the base game either. So Taverns, for me, it's in my top 10. I think it's a game that got skipped. I think when it came out and how it came out, and the fact that Quacks was a thing, I feel like this game at some point in the process just got skipped. And then once it was out, some people solved it, and then no one else wanted to try it because they heard the game was solvable, so nobody wants to try a solved game. And I was like, I get it, but that doesn't mean it's not still a great game. It just means it's not a super competitive game. It's not a game that we're going to sit down and, break our brains trying to get the best score to beat each other. It's like, no, let's just, if you notice a theme on my list here, it's just have fun. Yep. Just have fun. Haters. Tavern Steve Tom, my number 2. I know you played it. Yes. Mm-hmm. You have not, which I knew one of you haven't. I couldn't remember, which is crazy because our group has played it. I feel like that just became the game. When you weren't there, we played it for some reason, which is weird because I know I've played it with the group multiple times. Yeah, I know you've played it multiple times with me.
Yep, never done it.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Okay, moving on. All right, number 1s. We'll run through this super quickly. Don't want this to get too long, but we always do our honorable mentions. A couple for me that I feel like have kind of stuck with me through our group. The Welcome To series, I love all 3. Last year, all 3 were in my top 100. I'll go ahead and spoil this. Not all 3 will be in my top 100 this coming year because I've played so many good games that one of them's been pushed out. But I love the entire series. They're fantastic. I love all the expansions. It's one of my favorite games to play with my wife. I love the series. Stone Age, for me, it was one of the first games. It's actually, I would argue, it's probably number 3 or 4 on the list of like games that got me into gaming, because Werewolf, Catan, different stuff, right? Stone Age was such a big influence for me because this sounds so funny to people. It's the first game that I went, what? Like, just when I learned what worker placement was. Like, because I wasn't into board gaming. I didn't know it's such a basic thing, but when I learned about it, I was like, what do you mean you have these little dudes that you send out to do things? This is groundbreaking. So Stone Age for me is a huge one. And then Bang the Dice game is something I will harp on till forever. It's one of my favorite social deduction. I love rolling the dice. It's funny. I love the, like, please don't shoot me, but then you shoot me anyway. Oh, you were my deputy? Cool. Sounds great. And also, it feels like half the time we play this game, I end up getting the Renegade. And even if I'm not the Renegade, one turn in, every single person looks at me and goes, Corey's the Renegade. Because everyone just assumes I am every time. And then when it turns out I am, I'm just like, well, I was going to have fun.
Past tense.
Past tense. So those are some of my honorables.
I mean, I wanted to put Root on the list, but I don't think any of us really champions Root. It's just a really good game.
We just all really like it. Yeah. I agree with that.
I disagree. There'd be one person who's not here who's only mentioned this game 1,000 times. That's Carson.
Oh yeah, no.
Every time I talk to him,
that's because again he has a great story.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you got any of that Root? I want to play some Root. I have 3. This is the first time I actually have a few. So first of all is TAC.
Yeah.
I really thought about adding TAC.
You have played in a TAC tournament.
I played an attack tournament. I beat my person. They didn't let us go to the final round because we didn't actually finish it, but I did beat my person.
At Gen Con.
At Gen Con. It was good. That was the first
It was our first one.
First ever game I ever played, too.
And then we sat in the lunch area and played it with each other.
Yep. So I really liked TAC. It was a fun game. Interesting in terms of how it works out.
Reiner Knizia, I mean, legend. He has 10 billion games, and that one won the Spiel many years ago.
That's really
to
good.
some people's disagreements.
Well, I can understand that.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
It is a good game. It's fun.
My other 2 are... One of them's more of a meme, but it's one I'd have to put on. It's Oregon Trail, the card game. It has to go on here on this list.
It's so
I wanted really bad to put it on the list, but the more I kept doing other things, I was like, I can't put it up in the top 10.
Yeah.
But it would have been close, and that's just because we played it, and it's one of my best memories.
Agreed.
And then the last one is one that I've never got to actually play seriously, and I wait for the day that I get to. But it's one game I talk about all the time. Man, I can't wait to play it. So that's Wolves of Mercia.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever get the full player count, which I think is 12 or 16.
That's a tall task.
It's going to be the best game in the world. It's better than, I honestly think it'll be better than any werewolf game I've ever played. Clearly I don't have enough friends, so we're going to fix that problem first.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do number 1s.
Number 1. You may have already been able to guess it. They already guessed it. We've already kind of alluded to it. It's called Adventure. I own all of it. I backed the Kickstarter. I had everything on it. And I probably will purchase everything they ever produced for it. Really enjoy the game. And I've never not had a good time playing it. And at the end of it, telling the stories has always been the best part.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, it's such a huge thing with your personality throughout our entire friendship and just your life is you are such a huge storyteller, like in everything. Like outside of games, any aspect of your life, you are a storyteller, which is kind of funny when you think that we actually have a storyteller in our friend group, in Jacob, but I still think of you as the storyteller, and we have a friend who is a storyteller.
He's a professional storyteller.
Yeah.
I tell meme stories.
Yeah. So that game screams you like from the top of its lungs. I remember at both our first and our second Gen Con going to their booth. We got demos. We talked to them, and I remember the first one when I believe it was the expansion or Stormlight that came out.
The first Gen Con was the first. That's when I bought it.
No, I'm talking about. I think it was our second one then when the I can't remember if it was the expansion. We walked by like 4 times, and you kept wanting to get in on a demo, but at that point in time they weren't scheduling them like through the events. You just had to show up for one, and we just could never get in one. And I remember we walked by constantly, you wanting to get in on it because it was like you loved it. Yep. And we played our first time playing this. In a booth nowhere near the size big enough at our first Gen Con at Union Station, and we basically had the game falling off the table as we played it.
Yep.
It was
awesome.
It was a good time.
It was a great game. And I will say this.
The components are very nice. I like that. I like the components.
And I would say it's not a game for everyone. I totally understand that. But I genuinely think that, and it's a very simple game. Mm-hmm. Man, I don't think I've never played it competitively. It may be an entirely different game. I don't even know what it looks like. Yeah. Cooperatively though, man, top notch.
To go back to how Corey is with cooperative games, me and him have talked about this so many times. I don't love the game, and I think it's because I've only played it cooperatively. I think if I played it competitively, I think I would like it more. Because I don't love cooperativeness. So I think playing competitively, I would like it so much more. So it might be something for you to finally try it and for me to see if I'm right. Yeah. So it might be something we do down the road. Yeah.
Okay. My number 1. Probably least surprising of any game anyone has on any one of their lists is Dixit.
Yeah.
It's my number 1 game of all time for
least surprising.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my number 1 game of all time. It's going to be probably forever because
it's like 4 of his lists.
It has.
I love the game.
It should.
It's all great. Yeah.
It's got everything you need. It's elegant simplicity at its finest. The rules fit on the board. There's no teaching this game. You just point at the board and go, that.
That is something that I don't think about enough. It's really cool. The rules literally are on the score tracker.
Yes.
Yep.
There are no player aids because there's 3 sentences of rules and it's right there. Yep. I never really thought about it, but that is a really cool thing they do. I understand it's a super simple game. I get that. But I feel like there's other super simple games that could do something like that and they just haven't.
Agreed.
And they should. So that's another thing, because everybody talks about how innovative this game is for like the large tarot size, great art cards, and that's kind of been integrated into so many games at this point, and Dixit's kind of credited for that. I feel like that's something that people should take from this game as well. I never really thought about it, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of has a cutesy art style where they can get away with it, I think. Like, I feel like any more crunchy looking games, it'd be kind of insulting to have rules on the board. But here it's like, yeah, this is a game that you could easily play with like 8-year-olds. So having the rules on the board is very helpful.
Well, and the expansions and the different versions help a ton as well. So there's this is another one with buku content. So I can agree.
Yeah, perfect choice.
Great pick. Yeah, go ahead and hand it to me. Everybody knows what number one is. It's this. There's no shoehorning this one. We basically picked this list for this game. this list was picked for me to talk about Shadows over Camelot. Yeah, I mean it's one of my favorite games of all time. Honestly, in my top 100, off the top of my head, I want to say this one fell as number 5 off the top of my head. We'll see if it rises. I've had some great plays of this recently, and I talk about, Layers of Whitechapel is one that I get sad that if I don't get to play it every year. That's not how I feel about this one. The way I feel more about this one is that it's the number one game that if I get to play, my heart sails to the moon. I'm just like, oh my god, yes, thank you, I'm so excited. Like, it's the number one game I get excited to play. Like, I can't wait, my hands are shaking opening the box, because I'm just like, we're about to have a great time. This is going to be funny, everyone's going to have a great time, we're going to accuse each other when there might not even be a traitor. It's going to be great, and the actual mechanics of the game are so beautiful as a cooperative game, because you got to think about it, when there's not a traitor, it technically is a cooperative game, like if the traitor's left out. But I love that, like, cooperativeness of, like, you don't know if you can really trust the person to help you, and I love that aspect of the traitor part of it. But even beating the game with no traitor is not easy. It's not an easy game to beat, especially, one or two things go wrong, all of a sudden it just starts to fall apart, because like there is some randomness when you factor in the 2 different decks, whether you get the strong cards, whatever, how things fall in order. Like, because of the deck randomness, things really can fall apart really quickly. So the fact that it is not an easy to win game, and if there's a traitor in it, it becomes, I would argue, a difficult game to win, because there are so many ways for the traitor to mess you up in this game. And the fact that if you guess the traitor wrong, you get a bad sword sent your way, and that is such a huge detriment to you, makes this game like, you can't just go, guys, we're like 90% sure it's Corey, but like, what if we're wrong? Like, if we're wrong, that's bad. Like, you have to be sure. But that just gives the traitor that much more time to really mess you up. So at some point, you just got to shoot your shot. And I love that. So I'll talk about Shadows forever, and I'm excited right now thinking about playing this game. The next time I get to play this game, because the like limited communication too, I think it's done best in this game because of the ways you can joke about it. I think it's done great, and gotta give him credit. Bruno Catala is my favorite designer of all time. I have so many of his games in my top 100, top 10, top 20. Bruno Catala is fantastic. And then Sergey, I apologize if I mispronounced his name, Sergey Leggett is also fantastic. He's responsible for Nidavellir, which is also in my top 10. So I think these two came together years ago, before either of them were really even like powerhouses in gaming or anything. I think they came together and they just had a mind meld that just made a beautiful game. And at this point, it's a classic. Days of Wonder has some of the best art in the history of board games, in my opinion, so everything just came together for this game. Shadows over Camelot, it's absolutely my number one game I champion. Not even close.
If you watch this video and didn't choose that, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if you deserve to watch any more videos.
Yeah, like, if anybody's watched any of my content and didn't realize this was going to be number one, then that's their own fault. This was obvious. This was the most obvious pick, so, I mean, I shoehorn it into every video, and this list was made for this game. So, Shadows.
I need to talk to Corey's YouTube sugar daddy out there. Yes, you technically could make me play Castle Panic against my will.
Or you give me Merlin's Company.
Exactly. Do you want to make him actually happy? That's the way to do it.
Oh, it's so expensive.
Yes, it is.
So expensive. We've talked, like, if anything ever happens to stuff in my collection, you have the option. Replace my entire collection or get me Shadows. That's about the options you have. So, That's it. All right, and that's the top 10 games that we champion, the ones that we will go to battle for, and Corey got very passionate over because I love these games. This one was a really fun one to do. I think it's going to be really fun when we talk about the games that we think describe each other. But like I said before, be sure you vote on our next top 10 for June, which is going to be either next level games or box art. I think both of those are really good lists that we will do both eventually at some point, because like we did the how to start your collection list, which was very beneficial. I had a lot of people tell me that that one actually helped them, and like they actually like it was a fun conversation to have with the audience. And I think next level games is also a good one because it's like, hey, you've started playing these games, you've got some introductory games under your belt, you like, and it's going to be one of those things that's like, you like Ticket to Ride? Here's something a little more for you. Oh, you like Catan? Here's something a little more for you. I really like those next level games because when I first got into gaming, that's kind of, I cannonballed into them. Like, I did start with the basics like Catan and stuff, but then the moment I heard what other games were, I took that leap and never came back, because everybody talks about introductory games and gateway games and stuff. I don't really feel like, in my personal opinion, that's what hooks people. It is the next level games. Because people try a Carcassonne and they're like, yeah, this is pretty fun, but then they play something a little more heavy, and that's when they really get hooked. Like, the bug just gets into them and they're like, oh my god, this is crazy. So that's why I think that list will be fun, is because those are the ones that people don't give credit for hooking them, but they do. So, but then, and then box art is, I mean, literally people hang game boxes on their wall because they're so nice. So let us know which one of those you want to do. I hope you enjoyed this one. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We got plenty more content on the way. Me and Scott have been doing a lot of challenge videos. I plan on roping Lucas into some of that as soon as I possibly can. He's a busy boy, but we're going to get him hooked in here. May even do a couple videos where I'm not really even in it. Let these two go at it. We'll see how that goes. Let Scott put on his hosting hat. It's going to be a good time, though. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And if you have any suggestions for videos in the future, comment down below. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye. I'm doing a supercut before Gen Con, a short, of all of his one-liners. Because he has them in every fucking video. I will do it the day before Gen Con, too. So he pops up for everyone while at Gen Con.
We should make a
I thought we
shirt.
were friends, Corey.
You have so many one-liners.
You need to get someone who will come up and to get, like, find him. The first person to come find him and say one of his one-liners, we'll give him a shirt that has all of Scott's one-liners on it.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means.
Means you're an open book, Scott.
Yep.
And we read you.